on an unmaintained 1 mile Forest Service road. There are potholes that happen. So we're gonna have a neighborhood pothole party to fill it all up.
Atlantic Trench here.
This is more of our homemade compost here. I'm gonna put that on the pea bed and then double fork it, broad fork it in. I have a video on YouTube on how to use a broad fork and why, so you should check it out. I broad forked it, I spreaded the compost, and now we're gonna move the trellis over. Trellis is up. Now we have a pristine bed to plant into. I'm gonna put some organic fertilizer on here and start planting peas. Okay, cool. Now, I sowed the peas, and now I'm gonna put the radishes kind of like in front of the peas. Okay, so this is very, very ugly, but very, very functional.
You call me ugly?
Not you. You're gorgeous, darling. So anyway, the reason I do this is so that the birds won't peck out the newly sprouted peas, because they love to do that. A little bike ride over the Skagit River. It's a nice place to bicycle. I swear, I have the prettiest commute ever. Right.
I'm fine.
Just try.
Wanted me to look, and like I said, we all documented some of the things we talked about. The traffic on the roads. There's no adverse impact on traffic. There's going to be a truck every 3 minutes.
And I was looking very carefully at the traffic report that was filed with part of the permit, and some of my concerns are that wildlife vehicle crashes are not noted correctly.
My homemade compost here, some of it. I just planted carrots, but I have to cover it with bird netting because the robins are going crazy. This bed here will be beets, and I'm about to spread compost on it and double fork it here with my broad fork. Now here's a nice raised bed if I ever saw one. I'm gonna plant beets into it. Let's go, Chowder. Just another ordinary walk in the neighborhood. Are you drawing on the log? Yeah. All right. With a stick, huh?
I'm ready.
Ready?
Yeah.
Dad,
Kidding.
don't
If
do
I
that.
say all done.
That Eva?
It's a hummingbird nest.
Do you think it is a hummingbird's nest?
Look at
So cute.
Pushy Willow.
Well, they're not pussy willows anymore. They're older. Hi, you with me in my lap, huh? Now the rain is catching up with us. Right, Chowder? Huh? Rain? Look at the mountain is showing itself back there. But usually you see Mount Baker. Sculptures. Making sculptures here.
Very just like a lighter.
Wow, thanks for the compliment, guys. For my hard work. Boop. I'm ready for you.
Oh.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, now the brother has to do it.
Not even.
Do Steve a trick.
Oh!
6-pack city right here. We let the chickens out to the bigger pasture because now the grass is nice and green and they get to eat that nice fresh stuff and they like it. Chick, 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 chick. Come on, buddies. I got food for you. Chick, chick, chick. That came up. And the radishes and the peas coming up too. I teach how to make these beautiful naturally dyed Easter eggs in my tutorial. Daughter and daddy.
That's
Baking.
good.
Baking.
Okay,
What are you
great.
making, guys?
What are we making?
Muffins. I like muffins.
Muffins.
Muffins. Gluten-free and non-gluten-free. Thank you, gang. Today I am planting potatoes. Although it's been raining a whole bunch and the soil is kind of wet, but my soil drains well, so I'll do it. And here they are, ready to be covered.
We should have taken a video of that. That was hilarious.
Tonight. Planting potatoes, and I have some helpers here. Really helpful. There we go. Yeah, these are different kinds of potatoes, girls. We have red potatoes, we have yellow potatoes, russet potatoes. Beautiful. Look at that. Steve, are you outstanding in your field with some girls? I am. You lucky man, you. Snowplow has been working hard. You were hot, huh, Rebecca? Yeah. All right, I'm gonna have me some Trail of the Cedars Oregon grape wine that we made right now. And then I'm gonna show you, I should have done it before and after, which I didn't. Come here, Snooki. So, Oregon grape wine,
Never
baby.
will it
Huh?
lock up again.
Thank you, that was such a pain. Oh my god, this is such good wine. We're so good. We're so good.
We are.
And so humble.
Humble too, yeah, I know, Luke. Listen, so here's what we did. We basically pruned this whole climbing hydrangea. It was crazy. And we were training it to go yonder, this way. The bees are gonna love this. Next, I'm going to attack this jasmine that is absolutely insane, as you can see up there. Wish me luck. What are you doing, Steve?
I'm trying to keep the woodpeckers from waking us up at 5 in the morning.
5 in the morning, the woodpecker goes and goes "Buck, buck, buck, buck." Really loud, and I'm sick of him.
Not to mention, let the swallows have some peace.
The swallows, and then the coyotes go crazy too in the mornings, don't they? They sound like someone's killing them.
Whoa.
I am picking nettles right now. I like to eat the tops of them in the spring, you know, like spinach, but I also dry a bunch of them for tea. So Steve had to rent a tractor for work today, and he got to turn our compost, which I usually have to do by hand. And then he got this stuff here from the compost pile in the big bucket in the tractor. That probably saved me about 3 hours of work. Put it right in the garden and then I can spread it from there. Kai, do you mind that your lovely mother invited you into the garden to help, or?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Are you being sarcastic, or?
A little bit.
Oh, come on.
Oh, my Gucci
What's wrong with the
slides on.
PMSy mother?
Yeah.
Thank you for helping. Yeah. Kai, who needs a gym if you can shovel compost, right?
Gains.
Thank you. We weeded a bunch of the garden, of the buttercup. Looking good. Stuff's ready to plant. Plum trees are blooming. Here's another thing Steve did when he had that tractor. Hello, hello, hello. This is going to be a potato patch, so we want to grow lots of potatoes. Hello, rhubarb. You will become pie soonish. Hi, Rekka. So here's a cool thing that happened. This used to be just a pile where I dumped stuff from the garden, and it totally reseeded itself with this wonderful kale. We also have chickweed here, which is lovely in salads. The rake is? Well, I want a rake, you know, like the gravel rake. No.
It's in the truck.
Okay, because I'm gonna. So I'm sprinkling some wood stove ashes into the trench together with some fertilizer that the potatoes really like, that potassium. It's nice to have some helpers here with this back-breaking work, so I don't have to do it myself. Raka? Yeah. That's where the onions are going to go in. Okay, so I know it's going to look ugly, but the asparagus, which is getting eaten by the deer, needs to be covered with remay, floating row cover. So I'm going to do that right now. What are you doing, baby?
Oh, I'm picking flowers.
Flowers? Okay. Can you help me transplant onions, please?
Not now. I have to finish my.
Yeah, but in 5 minutes you have to come out and help, okay? Alright, so I'm getting ready to transplant onions, and I usually start my own, but this time I just bought them because I was busy in the spring and I didn't want to do it. And we just broad forked this bed here so it's nice and deep. And the way I do these onions, I take them out and then I put them in water like this so the roots come free and the roots shake free. See how that's nice like this? And then I'll transplant them from there. A band of fertilizer like this. Actually, Steve, come here so I can show what to do. So then what I do is I put fertilizer on it and then I just work that fertilizer in like this into the soil. And then make a row like this to transplant the onions into. Just gonna keep doing that. And Eva, you can help me, okay? Yep. And then put it in a hole, dig it into a wall. Good. That's right. Put it in. And then close it up. Yep. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's it. Oh my goodness, I got a lot of work done. Got the onions transplanted here, 2 beds actually. I got cabbage transplanted, I got lettuce transplanted, broccoli. So I am literally almost like, I can't even stand up anymore right now. I'm so tired. So I mowed the whole lawn, we raked the whole thing, and now we're gonna do something that we haven't tried before, which is to put the grass clippings on the garden path as mulch. We see how that works. That hurts.
Let's go.
I'm not like Victor.
Well, not exactly weak.
I'm so tired.
Oh, there goes
I
Rocco.
can't
Oh,
walk
God, no.
anymore.
Get him, Raka. Get him.
Santa Cruz.
Okay, I know you guys are posing, but I'm actually taking a video. What are you excited about today?
Getting a new bike
Why?
because I want it.
Transition. You want it?
Yeah.
Doing what?
Biking.
Biking. Mountain biking? All right, let's pick it up.
It's so hard to manual.
Gotta get used to it.
Bigger bike.